Rich is with Slide United Motorsports, and he's going to talk to us a little about the team, what the goals are, and maybe some other side projects have. So tell us, where did the name come from? That's one thing that a lot of people may ask. Like, where did you decide, or who decided to come up with the name Slide United?
It was a few years ago. I don't remember exactly. A few friends and I who knew we wanted to form something. Like, I kind of came into the car scene of age, so to speak, in like the early 2000s, when like, you want to be in a car club and you wanted to like that family environment. So when I got into drifting, I kind of wanted to was craving that too. So I don't remember exactly. It might have been me, or we came up with like an acronym. It started off as like SUDS, Slide United Drift Squad, and that kind of evolved into.
It could have been a good logo though.
Yeah. And it kind of evolved into Slide United Motorsports from there. And it was just a few of us friends hanging out, drifting, like I said, coming up with a car club thing. It's kind of like what you do when you're in the cars. You find people that kind of become a team or whatever.
You got some sponsors on board? Anybody want to shout out to it?
Yeah, so a couple people. So Turbo Bay is one, and Juku helps us out a lot. LRB actually. So LRB, they do a lot of custom sheet metal panels.
Oh, okay.
So if on my particular car, I was a development car for them. So they have all panels, and they do a lot of custom stuff too.
Like
LRB
radiator shrouds, like for rim-mount radiators and stuff like that. Or?
They can, yeah. So they'll do like race car interior. The hood vents are LRB speed. We used to work with some other companies in the last couple of years. I've kind of retracted back a little bit from being a little. When you take on sponsors, you have this obligation now to be places and do things, and I take that really, really serious.
Right.
If a company is willing to invest in me or the team, that's real money to me too. So I want to make sure that I can. BC Racing, definitely another one. I knew I was forgetting one. I definitely want to make sure that I invest back.
Right.
And over the last couple of years, I haven't really been able to, so I kind of stopped pursuing that as heavily, and got a little more finished up with my degree and stuff, and kind of relax on that. And I don't know. So Slide United was a little bit revamped, especially in the last few months. A lot of people recognize us for the rig.
Right.
Steve.
Yeah, you just had that big rig.
Yeah. That was a member of the team, Steve. He owned that rig.
And he had that 350Z with the stripes on it.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people recognize that, and he was able to, be at all the events and be places, even when I wasn't. And he left to do his own thing last year, which is definitely for the best. He has a clear vision on what he wants to do, and it's not completely in line with what I want. So,
well, speaking of that, what is your vision for Slide United?
So what I want now is to get back to kind of that core family feel.
Right.
Friends that I'm close with, we can help each other out, barbecue together.
Right.
It's not really, I have a family, so that environment is really important to me. And the friends that are involved now too, a couple of us are engineers, so we're actually kind of venturing into it and having fun doing so, developing some products that maybe start selling that are ours.
I saw something that you had a roof gimbal or something.
Yeah, so it's a 360-degree swivel vector mount.
Okay.
So the air passing over the car, moves the camera to the same direction. And we developed it that was a little more adaptable to different rakes and in different areas of the car, which is kind of cool. And it's something that we wanted to make for ourselves anyway, and thought some other people might be interested in it. And there's a couple other products we're kind of in development on.
Okay.
One is a display package, a CAN bus display that we're working on, and that should be ready early next year or so.
Nice.
But yeah, just kind of having fun.
So it's a team. You guys are collaborating, and it's fun. You guys are not only you're getting a product ready for production,
right,
but you're also like bonding. You guys are building that family thing, and you guys doing it together. With all the same stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's kind of number. I've always been of the mindset that Slide United is kind of the people first and the cars second. Okay. The relationships with my friends are more important to me than who can be where and like status or anything like that.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in these different cliques. And, and not only that and I think a lot of new guys run into this issue too, where they're just learning, and then you guys look like the pros in there, you know, compared to everybody else. You pull out this rig, so there's that disconnection. So
Definitely.
it's really hard to try to bridge that gap and let the people know that are just learning. Hey, listen, come talk to us.
Yeah,
right?
come talk to us, ask us questions if you
Right.
need if you need advice or a tool or whatever. Like facilitating the sport to people, especially new people, is something I'm really like. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, there's not much more gratifying to me than someone who's kind of new or thinking about getting into it and kind of saying, hey, these are the things I've experienced or whatever, and watching them get in and evolve and do good, and there's just nothing better than that.
Yeah. So tell us about your car. What do you got?
So I drive a S13 with Sylvia front end with an S14 SR20. Still an SR transmission, rear end. It's caged. There's a lot of little things on it that I've done that you probably wouldn't notice or see. When I did the revamp a couple years ago, I was really focused on serviceability.
Right.
I want to be able to get in, fix it quick, or service it fast, and make it easy.
Right, because if you go down the track, it makes it that much easier to get the car back on the track again.
Yeah, exactly. Or maintenance beforehand or whatever. And so it makes somewhere between 350 and 400, which is kind of perfect. I don't really want more than that because it's problematic. I go for the more tires.
Right.
So it's economical to drive too.
Right. More reliable.
Yeah, more reliable. I mean, knock on wood, I haven't had any big motor issues. Just some stuff with like the turbo or normal wear and tear stuff.
What about the suspension? What are you doing? The angle
So
wise suspension?
So currently, I started on BC coilovers, which I switched to a couple years ago, and I really, really like them. Made a huge difference in controllability of the car. I run ISR suspension, their pro stuff, which also has been phenomenal. I have modded knuckles and control arms for now. They're 25 mil extended lower control arms. And I've got everything pieced together. I kind of like to do things in phases. I want to wait till I have everything ready, do it all at once, and I can kind of test and tune it and get it right before I do something else.
Yeah.
So I'm actually in Juku, and over there did some 75 mil extended, so I'm kind of going big boy now.
Okay.
And I got PBM knuckles that are going in the car. So that's kind of the next evolution for me for more angle.
Yeah, I mean, car looked like this was really your first event where we really got the tandem. We got the tandem together. So the car looked like it was running pretty solid. Didn't seem like you had any issues. Maybe a couple.
Yeah.
It was hot lapping today because we're doing a private day, so we're going around and around. So I saw you doing a couple cool down. Just right around and cool the car down. But other than that.
Yeah, and I think so. It overheated like once all day. It is brutally hot today.
But it didn't like overheat.
Nope.
It was like just running hot.
Yep. My alarm went off. It kind of like just barely touched 220.
Okay.
I did a quick like third gear, just kind of cruise up and down, and went right back down to 185, and it was fine.
And so tell us about your. We'll include the link in the video or somewhere on our YouTube where we can check out. So you're building a what would you really call it? A toter home or rig?
Yeah.
What's the best way to call it?
So my friend Keegan turned me onto this. He bought a shuttle bus.
A Keegan Elrod?
Yeah, Keegan Elrod, yeah. So he bought this shuttle bus, and he's been kind of towing his car around with it. And for a while, I have a 4-year-old son and a wife. So for a while, I've been like, man, like I really want to get my family to the track and get them how to be comfortable.
Right.
I'm really passionate on family and stuff. So I've been like, I don't know, do I get a really huge trailer and with a sleeper in it? That's a lot,
Right.
I don't want it. So Steve with the rig, I've driven his toter home before, and the stress level, just logistically to take that thing somewhere is a lot.
Right.
So I knew I did not want to go crazy. Plus it's expensive for that. So enter Keegan with the shuttle bus. I found out that you can get these things for like $3,000 to $5,000.
$3,000 running, right?
Right. And I was already willing to spend 10 to 15 on a regular dually anyway. So I'm like, I don't know. I could just do a pull behind enclosed, like a 25 to 30 foot, and make this thing an RV. And there's like a whole schooly world out there of people who convert, short school buses or regular school buses and shuttle buses.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of information out there. So I found that thing, and to quote, I've been watching a lot of VinWiki videos. I shrewdly negotiated it down to $3,000.
Yeah.
And it needed like a $100 fuel pressure regulator. That was it.
Nice.
I really lucked out, so did that, and then I'm doing the whole RV conversion. So bathroom.
Right.
I'm doing a convertible bed with a couch.
Right.
So
it's a family.
more like living room, bathroom, kitchen
Right.
than like a full dedicated.
With you and,
yeah.
And not like be that separation.
Right. They can be comfortable, hang out,
Right.
lunch, do what they got to do.
Yeah.
I can take it to overnight events and
Right.
we can sleep in it, whatever.
Right. You want to go to FD Atlantic and just camp out and just take it down.
So all in, I'll be into that thing for like 11 or 12 total, and it's a Kodiak medium duty chassis with a 6.6 Duramax regular. It's a regular dually drivetrain, which I liked because it's serviceable.
Right.
I go to any auto parts store and pick up parts for it. And it, as you saw the other day, I tuned it.
It's fast.
So it actually it's a trip to drive it.
Yeah, it was. It was funny following it.
It actually moves. Yeah.
So, well, it sounds kind of like the natives are getting restless, and it's been a long, hot day.
Yeah.
So we'll get going. So you gotta load up your car,
Yeah.
and I can hear everybody out there. They want to get going too. Is there anything, final thought, or anything you want to finish with, or just?
I just I love what you guys are doing. I love the sport. Anyone who thinks they want to get into it.
Right.
If you see us at the track or you want to hit me up, please. Like I'm not just happy to it gives me genuine joy to help people out in this sport. So
What's your YouTube is what?
So it's Slide United Motorsports is the YouTube. I'm on Instagram, Slide United Rich with underscores.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys. We'll see you at the next one.